Hey everybody, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. My wife and I did. We headed up to West Virginia and got to spend time with my mom and my brother and his family and my sister and her family and got to wake up Friday morning to some snow on the ground. So it was a pretty cool time, but we're definitely glad to be home. The bad thing about taking time off throughout the week usually means longer Mondays and Tuesdays the week after. So sorry for getting this to you so late, but I wanted to make sure that I had a chance to really share a couple things with you. One, about this coming Wednesday night. I'm excited that T. Justin Allen and his band have a chance to take a break. Justin's taking some vacation time, and Jake Spangler has a band that's getting together to lead worship for us for the next couple of weeks. This week, we start a 3-week series that's really meant to be kind of upbeat and fun and to make us think somewhat about the Christmas season. This week, we'll be using the movies Elf with Will Ferrell and the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Don't forget the 7th through 12th graders will all be together in worship the first hour. And then everybody will go to small groups the second hour. If your month is anything like mine, then it's booking up very quickly and can be pretty hectic. So as I'm looking ahead, trying to find some times when we can get together as leaders for Outlet and for student ministry, and it's getting kind of difficult to get on everybody's schedule. So we've decided to do something different. Instead of meeting in December, I'm actually going to push it back and try to meet that second week of January. I'll work on the details and get it out to you. But the reason for that is it would give us a chance as volunteer leaders here in Outlet to welcome in the new middle school minister, Brent Warner, and his wife, Courtney. They'll be arriving in Jacksonville on December the 29th. We're going to get some volunteers together to help them unload their truck that day and to get them settled in. Would love it if some of you could help me out in scheduling some meals for them those first week they're here so they don't have to worry about all that as they're getting unpacked and settled in and everything. And we could give them a great Christ Church welcome to Jacksonville. So I'll get more plans, details on those plans to you soon. But please know that this Christmas season you are very much appreciated. Have some other ways to show you a little bit later in a couple weeks. But didn't want to try to squeeze in something that would just be another night of busyness when I'd really like us to get together and welcome Brent as well. All right. Now, the main reason I really wanted you to watch this video clip is so I can talk to you more about what's coming up in January. I have been challenged more and more about this verse from 1 Corinthians 9:26. Paul says, "So I run straight to the goal with purpose in every step." And I've really been questioning, have we been stepping towards a goal purposely, or have we just been kind of going generally in a direction? I'm really passionate about a couple different things. One, you've heard me talk about getting students plugged into serving and to volunteering. I think that's critical to their life, to their spiritual growth, and to the health of a church, the more students we have plugged in. So that's one thing I'm really passionate about. Another area I'm passionate about is partnering with parents. I'm not sure that's an area we've really done a great job in student ministry. So I'm really looking to change how we partner with parents. And then a third area that I feel like we've done okay in, but I really want to crank up a whole different level, is with series and lessons that are, for lack of better words, in your face. I just want to shoot straight with these kids. I want to be able to explain to them what we're talking about biblically when we're relating it to their culture, to their world. Coming in January, we're going to kick off a couple of different things, and I'm really calling this a paradigm shift at Christ Church for student ministry. The first week in January on the 6th, that Wednesday night is just going to be a fun night, mostly worship, but a quick challenge for the year. And here's my challenge. We're not going to go through the motions anymore. I love that song. And it's really been challenging my heart of, are you for real or are you just going through the motions? And so to kick off the year, we're going to hit that message hard. Are you for real or are you just going through the motions? The next week on the 13th will be the first chance that we have to hear Brent speak to all of his students. And I'm real excited about that. But the next Sunday night, January 17th, And then the Wednesday night, January 20th, I want to totally change how we do some things. Now, when I say change, you may not even notice most of the changes. On January 17th, that Sunday night, we're going to kick off a new series. Yes, it's on a Sunday night. We're going to kick it off with a night of worship and prayer in the attic for our students and their parents. I think it's important that our students get a chance to worship next to their parents. And let's face it, that doesn't happen a whole lot. I think it's important for our parents to get to see how our students worship on Wednesday nights. This is going to be led by Justin and the band, and a great night of worship and prayer. Specifically, prayer for the series that we're going to be starting that next Wednesday night, January 20th. It's going to be a whole series on real life issues. We're partnering with several counselors and several people who have great testimonies in some areas to really drive home the message in some critical areas that our kids need to hear. We're going to be talking about pornography. We're talking about sex. We're going to talk about the impact of drugs and alcohol in your life. We're going to talk about depression. We're going to talk about divorce in your parents and how does that impact you as a student. We're going to talk about several issues like this that are key that our students face in everyday life. We're going to talk about character and what it really means to be a person of character, not just when you're here on Wednesday nights, but every other day of the week, every other time of the week as well. I think those are important messages our kids really need to be hearing right now. As we go through these lessons each week, we're going to be much more purposeful how we partner with our parents. I'm working on a whole packet that would go to the parents through that entire series that with every week's lesson would give the parents some information that they can start some conversations, they can have a verse, they can have some statistics, some information, just to lovingly start some conversations with their students. Not to beat something over the head or go to them saying, are you doing this? But something so that parents and students can come together in the home and re-emphasize what we're talking about on Wednesday nights. I think that will help a lot in our parents, and I think it'll help a lot with our students, that they see this isn't just a church thing, this is a whole life deal we're talking about. On January 22nd, it's a Friday night. We're working out some details now that night we can rent out a movie theater here off of Phillips Highway for a showing of a new movie coming out that some of you went to go see it with me called To Save a Life. My goal for that evening is to rent out a showing around 7 o'clock and then afterwards be able to offer free pizza and a fun night here in the attic at the church. A way for our students to be able to invite their friends to the movie and then come hang out afterwards at the church. While at the church, we'll have opportunities available for those students to talk to someone if they want. We're not going to force it down their throats. So I'm still working on the details of all of it, but will you be praying that God will really use this time to spark something in our parents and in our students? That's a little bit of what's coming ahead. There's still a whole lot more, and I'm working on a packet of info that I can get to you guys so you can see it all in writing, and I'll have that to you by next Wednesday night. So please be in prayer for all of that. I'm real excited about it. That's kind of why we're going to take 2 weeks off the end of December. We're going to meet through the 16th. Then we'll take off the 23rd and the 30th of December because I want you guys to be well rested, well prepared, and mentally and spiritually ready to go and hit the ground charging hard in January. I want to make sure that you're not just going through the motions, that you are genuinely, passionately in love with God like never before, that your relationship with Him is growing, that you're being challenged, that your love is increasing more and more for God, for your family, for these students. That's my prayer for you. So these next couple of weeks, let's have some fun. Let's get the kids engaged, get them excited, and let's really get ready to drive some things home come January. Thank you so much for serving. I look forward to see what God's going to do with this little paradigm shift that we're working on. See you Wednesday night.